Oh, wait. Gosh.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them the world without you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Fool.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Main One, and we're Unplugged, Free Your Mind, the show where we discuss an array of topics and share our perspectives on an array of world news, unfiltered and unbiased from an unplugged point of view. How's everybody doing?
I don't know if you saw that message, but I think it says something about we out of storage. And
yeah, it's not saving the recording. Yeah, but I'll just pull it from YouTube. There's no problem.
Okay. All right. Then we good.
Yeah.
I'll let Jay go first since I did what I did this weekend.
Okay. Well, let me set it up. Like we normally do. As you come in, please, share your location. Let us know where you're coming in from. Just a quick roll call, and we appreciate everybody joining in, and we're about to get the show started. So Jay, how was your weekend?
It was great. I didn't do anything. Just relaxed over the weekend, and I was actually in Philadelphia working on a project, and got a chance to tour the downtown area. But other than that, it was a very relaxing weekend.
That's what's up. Yeah, I would say the same for me. It was a long weekend. It was holiday weekend, and then it was some kind of other day we got. So it ended up being like a 4-day weekend. So enjoyed the time off, chill with the fam. My baby girl's here in town. So got to see her, chill with her. Actually on Monday, had all my kids together for the first time in a long time, except for my oldest. Of course, he's in Germany. So, and we went out to lunch. Had a good lunch with the kids and everything. So it was good.
Awesome. And you, Foo, how was your weekend?
Well, I was at the Warriors weekend with Kimani and the fellas, and I actually did a lot of firsts for me. So, and the other thing about it was the energy. It was the energy of the weekend, because you're talking about pretty much alpha males around each other. None of that other bullshit. No fakeness. Everything was real. The conversations was good and everything like that.
Hey, Fu, hold up. So, but since Kimani not here, kind of give a backstory of the Warriors weekend. Let people know what it is, and before you get into how the weekend went.
Well, it's pretty much where you learn survival skills. Where he's going to teach you how to read a map, teach you how to shoot a gun, the stance, how to hold it, everything like that. Excuse me. It was also we fished, ate out of the campfire. He actually had some life straws where got the water out the lake that was out there, whatever. Showed how you supposed to do that too. One thing that he said was, if you take water, like if you have water in a jar and you use the life straw, you can't put good water in that jar. You always have to put the contaminated water in there, because if you put the other water in there, the water is going to get what's in that jar. So use that jar, like have one jar for the water you're going to get, and then use the other jar or whatever for the actual plain water. Because you do it the other way, your ass can get sick. Straight up and down. So the map reading, he was saying pretty much do your best to get a topographical map, which you're not. He said it's going to be hard as hell to find, and actually learn how to read it, because once everything go down, the grid goes down, you're going to need that, because you're going to have to understand terrain and everything like that. I was not one to deny saying, I hear what you're saying. I get a little bit of it, but I don't get everything about it. So I have access to some military people here in Georgia, so I'm gonna do my best to kind of talk to them so I can learn some more. I'm gonna find some of these old school cats that's here because they may have the topographical maps of Atlanta, or excuse me, of Georgia, which would definitely be good. But you definitely want to see if you can find one where you live. The shooting, basically, that was pretty good. I would let everybody know I have never been fishing a day in my life, ever. Like I've been invited, never did it. It was just never my thing. But I decided to go ahead and do it because I know that that's a life skill. And in the beginning, I couldn't cast for whatever reason with the rod that I had, I couldn't get it out there in the water like I wanted to. And for me, I'm an athlete. So for me, in my mind, I'm not going to stop until I get it. So eventually I was able to get it. I caught my first fish. Nice. Then I caught my second fish. My man's Lance, he scaled them or whatever. Actually cooked them outside. Cooked them or whatever. I also, this is me, I don't eat fish unless it's fried. And when I say fried, I'm talking about deep fried. So I ended up, he ended up cooking them or whatever. They put oil in the pan and cooked it. And I actually ate fish for the first time, not deep fried. We had beans, and so as soon as he brought out the beans, all I could think about was Blazing Saddles. I kept talking about that shit, so we was laughing about that because the Blazing Saddles thing was just that's one of my favorite movies. Funny as hell. String beans also, and there was a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old that was out there because one of the dudes bought their sons or whatever. And I gotta stress this again: you need more of that, where it's not jealousy, where it's not just bullshit. And that's what people that's what the establishment is afraid of. It's meetings like that, because meetings like that, that's the group that can lead people. That's where the danger comes in. So you can take a real survival class or whatever. I would just suggest that everybody do it. Everybody learn how to prep and do what you need to do, and get around people that can do it. If you can't do it, get around people that can actually do it and learn, because it's a skill that you have to have. Hell, I tell everybody I'm the GPS motherfucking king. Like literally, I'm the GPS king. But what happens when you don't have that? You don't have it, what you gonna do? Shit, what's gonna happen if you ain't got that and you ain't got no motherfucking car? You have to walk. You have to figure it out. You have to pay attention to certain things. So, like I said, I just suggest that everybody does it.
That's what's up. Is fishing, like now that you did your fishing for the first time, is that because everybody say once you go fishing once, you get addicted to it? Is it one of those things where you're like, hey, now I'm gonna find some of my partners that go fishing and I'm gonna be one to go fish?
My personality doesn't change, because they were saying when you catch your first fish, you're gonna be excited and all that shit. I caught my first fish. I'm like, yo, I got one. What we gotta do, take this motherfucker off so I can go back. With me personally, I don't see it as something that's relaxing and all of that. I see it as something that you have to do, and I'm not all souped up over it. But that's my personality. I'm not gonna say that for anybody else. I would never knock anybody that does it. Now, for me, I would say if I went fishing with some cats, I'm not gonna be competing with your motherfucking ass. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it until I don't want to do it anymore. That's my big thing. But I would say, because of my personality as far as the athlete side, I would want to learn from different people about what they do, because then I can go ahead and learn. And mind you, the dude that was showing me, he showed me how to cast it. So by him showing me how to cast it, it wasn't learning how to reel slow and all that. I was just doing that on natural instinct. So, and it was funny because the second one, was that the second one? I think it was the second one that I caught. No, my fault. That was the first one. The first one that I caught, I could tell that the damn fish was biting on the bait, but I was doing it too fast. Like you could tell, because you could feel the pull. Then he had stopped. So then when I was like, oh wait a minute, let me see something. Then I did that shit slow, and then as soon as I did it slow, and I felt the big tug, that's when I got that motherfucker and reeled it in. So, but like I said, I'm a true beginning. I'm definitely willing to learn. I need to go ahead and get me a fishing rod or whatever and learn how to do those, how to tie the hook and stuff on there and all that shit. But everybody needs to do it. You might fall in love with it, you may not, but you need to learn how to do it. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I'm like you. I ain't never been fishing before, so
You'll be surprised. You would probably end up, because it's little lakes is every goddamn where.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the water like that. So, and that's a different story. I'll tell y'all about my experiences in the water on another show.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, well, shoot, let's get into some of these little current events before we get into the main topic. Man, it's so much going on, bro.
Hold that thought. Hold it. Let me do the shameless plug.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, and I stress that everybody needs to get this book. It's not a game. I don't care if you wearing it or if you're not wearing it. You need to get this book, because you can cite the sources. You can go check yourself. And the great thing about this book, now y'all see, anybody that sees this title would think that it's mask bashing. On the back, and I want to make sure that I read this. There we go. Dr. Judy A. Minkovitz and Kent Heckin Lively. This book reviews the evidence for and against. I've stressed that. For and against this. I'm not going to say the word because we know how it is. So this isn't just saying why you shouldn't. It's showing you for and against so you can weigh your options. That's the way it's supposed to be, not just one-sided. So I stress that. Everybody needs to go get this book. Look how thin it is. You can finish this shit in one goddamn day. Literally, if you chilling, finish this in one day. So please, everybody go get this book ASAP. All right, I'll shut the hell up.
Nah, you good, bro. Yeah, everybody need to get that book. But I'm going to talk about your boy, the boy you love, Cory. What's that? Your man, Cory Booker. So since this Black History Month, it's about to wrap up in about 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So he introduces a bill, right? So I always stress about these dudes introducing bills, right? So he introduced a bill. It says that Black History Month begins. Booker introduces African American History Act in the Senate. I'm sorry. I hate to keep laughing, guys. I said, hold up. Before I read, I'm gonna just let y'all watch this.
Oh Lord. Oh God. No sound.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I got so caught up in laughing. I forgot to put the audio on. I apologize.
Hi, everyone, and happy Black History Month. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Senator Cory Booker, hailing from the great state of New Jersey.
And my name is Congressman Jamal Bowman, and I have the honor of representing New York's 16th Congressional District. I'm here with my man, Senator Cory Booker, today to explain our brand new bill, the African American History Act, that will help us tell the truth about our history.
Amen. I am so proud of this work. It's going to invest over $10 million over 5 years in the National Museum of African American History and Culture to support African American history education programs that are voluntarily available for students, for educators, for all.
So we live in a multiracial democracy, as we know. And that ensures that we have social, economic, and political rights for everyone across the country. The United States requires reconciling with American history and America's original sin of slavery.
And it's deeper than that. This idea of loving your neighbor. You can't love someone unless you know their history, which is our history. And so this is all about reconciliation. It's about bringing our nation together, recognizing the worth and the beauty of all of our people. And I'm excited about this legislation because it's going to really dedicate our resources towards this kind of experience, this truth telling. This bill is going to make that happen.
Okay.
So more educating on black history.
Based on what I've learned, and I'm not afraid to accept it because of what we were taught, is the fact that we are indigenous to this damn land. If we are indigenous to this land, there is no Africa that's involved. We are indigenous to this land. A lot of our ancestors were born here, not in Africa. So if that's the case, this African American shit has to go to the goddamn dumps. Period. And people need to accept that shit and stop embracing that shit because it's not true. Because if you want to talk about African Americans, what happens when a white South African moves to the United States? Are they African American? So that doesn't make any sense. It actually makes no sense, and that's not a conversation that people want to have because they just want to accept what's spoon fed to them as usual, and they cool with it. So I'm good with that, yo.
But the whole shit is so fugazi because it's like every time it comes to us black people, African American, it's always, well, we need to study. We're gonna put this money into studying. They want to write a bill to study reparations. We got to study this, we got to study that. But with every other group is like, well shit, here go this money, y'all go ahead. Here go this land, y'all go ahead. So it's like when you see them putting up these bills, it's like, why? Because y'all can put $10 million into saying, well, let's start programs for like back in the day where they had HVAC and all that kind of stuff, those kind of skills. Okay, we're gonna put a program where you graduate, where you in this program, and when you graduate high school, you got that certificate in plumbing, electrical, whatever. Now you can go right out of high school and make $56,000 right out of high school, 18 years old. They can implement those kind of programs, but they ain't putting that kind of shit together. They putting bullshit like that as symbolism, and thinking that's going to just appease black people. And it just really is a slap in the face. And this is why I bang on these fucking damn Democrats so fucking damn hard. And not just Democrats, but all politicians, but especially them, because they always pandering and doing some stupid shit like this. And then when you see stupid shit like this, and then this vote blue no matter who, and all this kind of dumb shit, is like, for what? Bro, if that shit don't piss you off when you see shit like that, I don't know what will. What you say, Jay?
I don't know. It don't bother me. I mean, one way or the other, I don't. Listen, people are gonna do what they want to do. I mean, I wish that there were more programs that was geared like that was for us in that regard. But I mean, I don't know.
To be honest with you, my man, since they don't want to do it and put it on Front Street like that, I guess it's time to go ahead and either do it ourselves per se, or talk to these people who are really good with these grant writing shit, and just do the shit ourselves like that. Because allegedly the money, that's the other thing too. Allegedly the money is there, but when motherfuckers apply for it, they damn sure don't get it, because y'all can throw 10 million that way. You give 10 million to fucking Newark or New York, so we can get these community centers back. Some real shit, like to make some real goddamn change. Because if I never told y'all this, I will never go to that museum in DC ever. I remember Kaid saying he went, and the largest statue in that motherfucker is Thomas Jefferson. Why the fuck am I gonna go to an African American museum and the largest statue in that bitch is a white slave owner? I'm good. I have no interest. I literally have no interest whatsoever. And if you're not gonna show me no shit that I already don't like, if I'm gonna go to a museum, I want to see something I didn't know. Show something that ain't slavery, some typical slavery shit. And we know they're not gonna do that shit. It's safe. The shit is repeat, rinse and repeat.
Well, he probably got.
Yeah, I would go. I totally want to go to that museum.
He probably got the biggest statue because he had most of all the slaves. Maybe.
Possibly. You probably have the largest ancestry of Black people, not all of them. So yeah, I mean, I would want to go just to, I'm a museum person anyway. So.
See, that's the thing. I'm a museum. I'm also a history person, but I want to see real shit. I don't want to see the same shit. I don't want to see the same shit we were talking about and I fucking we was doing those lessons or whatever when we was kids. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
So did y'all hear about another one of Jeffrey Epstein's associates committed suicide?
Yeah, I just seen that over the weekend. Wasn't it his sister or something?
No, it was a dude.
It was a guy?
Yeah.
I thought it was a relative, like a close relative of his.
Damn, if it's a close motherfucking relative, that's some sick shit in their blood.
But ironically, he is the same situation with how Jeffrey supposedly died. It was like the cameras magically is off, and he died. He mysteriously died in his jail cell.
Oh, he was locked up.
Mm-hmm. I guess they were like, shit, this one worked. Shit, might as well write it again. That script worked. Write it again. Why not?
Now it's a matter of okay. So him and Epstein chilling together, and they telling on people, oh yeah, he did it.
And now Ghislaine and her people is like, yo, we afraid for our life, but I don't know. And we ain't heard, but we don't hear nothing about that. I can't remember last time I saw a headline about Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, because we already know these motherfuckers. It's so much shit going on behind the scenes that people don't talk about and don't know. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. If anybody knew it's coming in, make sure you put the city and state where you are. Let's connect with each other.
And now when you start talking like this, you consider a terrorist, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this says his name was Jean-Luc Brunel, found dead by suicide in French jail. They said it was suicide.
Mm-hmm. They said. They said.
Out in the
street. A lot of people saying it though.
They call it murder.
You heard me, man. A lot of people saying it though.
A lot of people said it. Yo,
but yeah, that's very ironic.
So what's y'all thoughts on World War III? What's y'all thoughts on that? Y'all been following that?
I have not.
Ukraine and Russia. Nobody been following that.
They're trying to call it World War III.
Yeah. Biden keep pressing the buttons. He's like, yo, if they don't do this, if they do this, we're gonna do. He keep threatening. Oh, ironically, Putin is like, yo, why he keep pushing? Why he keep saying this stuff? He's like, this is not what's happening behind the scenes, but he coming out on the camera like, yo, they doing this. If they do this, it's like, yo, what is he trying to do? He trying to go to war because he spent all this money on the military, on the bill. I guess he's saying I got to spend this money. We just spend it, so I got to use it.
He playing ain't Biden pretty much playing double dutch?
Man, look. And the crazy part is they trying to act like they care about Ukraine so much, and it's like y'all don't give a fuck about Ukraine. They want Ukraine. The whole thing is they want Ukraine to be in NATO. Ukraine been pump faking about joining NATO for years, but not too long ago, I don't know if y'all remember, we talked about this on the show. Biden green lighted the pipeline now for Russia. Now he's talking about putting sanctions on the pipeline that he greenlit earlier. What was it, last year? It's like, yo, man, bro, this shit is so fucking damn crazy that how they playing this shit. But like I always say, it's all theater. It's all theater. They don't give a fuck about damn Ukraine. Like they invading Ukraine and man, get out of here. Russia that had army at the border of Ukraine for years. That's just the shit they do.
And So we have a president getting involved in some shit when we got enough going on over here.
Ain't got shit to do with us because they ain't part of NATO, so we don't have no allegiance to protecting them. So what the fuck you give a fuck for?
But that should be something where the other countries that's over there should be worried about it, not us.
Right. But the whole thing with the United States, and this is just a theory of mine, the whole thing, I think why they trying to get involved is because they trying to so once all of NATO and all these different allies stop putting sanctions on Russia can't get its oil from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia cut them off. Now that keeps us in play because Saudi Arabia is the only one that trade oil with us with that fake ass damn dollar. So
and
now that keeps us in play.
What's up with Russia and China's relationship?
China just waiting for Russia to go ahead and invade Ukraine so they can go ahead and invade Taiwan. Because it's like, okay, y'all can't worry about them and worry about us at the same time.
Oh,
wow.
Lord.
So that in itself would make it a world war.
Right. Meanwhile, we got thousands of bases all around the world. That would be considered an invasion, wouldn't it? Why we got all these damn bases all around the world?
When the hell has he ever talked about inflation? Has he mentioned that shit?
Nah.
Oh man, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if y'all. I think I saw a bag of Doritos in the supermarket for $6.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I was like, God, they doing it like that?
It's Russia's fault.
Yeah.
It's Russia. Everything is Russia's fault. And
you know they don't Jedi mind trick these people to say that the truck convoy is all Republican.
Right.
The truck convoy
in Canada.
Oh yeah.
And these people are really falling for that shit. I'm like, y'all got to be the dumbest motherfuckers possible, because if truckers are involved, everybody should be like, wait a minute, we got to give them what they want because of what they do. Period. And motherfuckers fall for anything, yo. I saw me, my mother, and my little cousin went to a restaurant tonight. I was walking out. 2 women was walking up. Now, when I say walking up, 2 steps from the door, they was doing this, putting it over their face. So you walking in, putting it on your face, and you're ready to sit down and take it off. What the fuck was the point of putting that shit on for 2 seconds?
Oh man.
Because COVID he waiting.
It's the silliest thing, because I was in it's funny you would say that, because I was in this restaurant in Philadelphia, and you had people coming in and going out, pretty much putting their name on the list. It was a long line. It was for brunch. And so, I went in. Normally, I do have my mask in my
pocket. Don't say the word. Don't say the word.
Have my dad. I forgot. Have my dad in my pocket just in case. And so I came out and have it on me and my friend. And so we sit down, and we're there talking a good 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, waiting to be seated. And then all of a sudden, I noticed there was a person that got up and they whisked past me real quick, went up to the person in the front. And not even 30 seconds later, the lady came over and said, do you guys mind putting on your that? I have some available. And so I just pulled mine out my pocket. And we laughed so hard, because we were only 4 feet away, not even, from people who are sitting down eating without it. So, to me, it was just like, this is...
You are, when I tell you...
I'm sitting down. I'm going to be sitting down at a table.
I wish I was with you, because I'd have been sitting there like this waiting for my food. I'd make sure I had it like right here on the side of my mouth so they could see me. Get the fuck out of here.
But you get what I'm saying, though. We're not 4 feet away from people sitting at a table. We're sitting talking. We're sitting down talking, just like people at the table. So we just laugh. We put it on. We're just laughing at it. And what made it so bad, the person that I think had pretty much told the lady to tell us to put it on because they had theirs on. Everybody sitting there didn't have it on, but we were sitting right at the entrance of the door and where the host stands. And I'm saying, I was like, for what? The people sitting at the table, they're not wearing it. We're sitting down, people. Isn't this the same thing?
I got a question. Did everybody in that restaurant, including yourself, did you have the N95 one?
No.
Because according to the science, the other ones don't stop shit. So the
Useless.
cloth one, if it's made by cloth, it don't. So are they handing out the N90?
No, they were handing out the basic blue ones that you can get anywhere.
Exactly.
And it's not even 2-ply or 2, whatever. That I had my own, but mine didn't in N95. It was the silliest thing ever. That I have to say, fool, I was channeling your energy because I just started laughing. It was so funny. And I said it. I was like, they're 4 feet away sitting down. They're not.
I'm gonna tell you what. See, my ignorant ass would have pulled up the tweet from the CDC and Rochelle. I was like, look, listen to what she said. They don't stop nothing.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was just funny to me. Like, no, to be honest, that's the first time anyone ever asked. Like, and I was in the downtown area the entire time, going in and out of places. It was silly.
All right, listen. For everybody out there, we're gonna touch on a topic tonight, and we're gonna need your help. I'm serious. For everybody out there, this is both for men and women, but we want y'all to get people on who are either involved in this or they have an opinion about it. I was talking to Jermaine earlier, and I don't know about everybody else out there, but I am so sick of this fake shit. I'm serious, and I'm talking about on all fronts. Men are not excluded. The fact that men are out here spraying fucking paint and shit all on their face and all in their head. Now it's dudes out here with getting basically weaves, deceiving motherfuckers. And the women that are out here, the fake eyelashes, the fake eyebrows, the makeup, whatever. The excessive weaves, the excessive nails, the fake titties, the fake asses. Black women getting Botox. Black women getting their lips filled and all this other shit. We are in the fucking Twilight Zone. Now, I understand we live in the Matrix, and this is all an illusion and everything like that. But why are things going to this extreme? And like I said, we want to hear from all of you. We want to hear from every single one of you. And if anybody wants to come on camera, feel free. But I really want to hear from the women, because I can tell you from a real man's point of view, I don't give a fuck about your eyelashes. I can care less about your makeup. I damn sure don't care about your fucking eyebrows. And the weave shit has never done it for me. Like it ain't. I ain't never had a conversation with a dude and said, "Oh my God, look at her eyebrows, look at her eyelashes." It has never happened. And this shit just happened to me last week when I went to go get my face done at the barbershop. Chick walked in from the post office. I guess she was like a ride along or something like that. And she had a shape. All the dudes in the barbershop saying certain shit, this, that, whatever. And I was like, y'all good. I don't see how y'all even impressed. That shit ain't real. That shit doesn't do anything for me. So I don't understand where's that attraction. And why is it so prevalent now? Why is something that could literally kill you a new fad? Now, that's talk about the titties and the ass and everything like that, but that shit is fucking dangerous. And it is not attractive. See black women getting their lips done? What the fuck? Like, I remember growing up, we was like, what the hell did Michael Jackson do to his face? That shit is normal now. So, I just want to hear from people.
But it turns out that Michael Jackson did have a skin condition. Even though people still don't believe that.
What about his nose?
Oh, well. I digress.
I think it's a good topic because, like I was saying earlier, people do things to enhance their how they feel about themselves. That's what I think. And to be honest, I really don't think that I'm not gonna say that this is everybody, but if I do something like that, it's how I see myself. So technically, I'm doing it for me. I really don't care what the outside world feel about it or what it does for you. I'm doing it because maybe, it's something that makes me feel good about myself. What's wrong with it?
But see, here's the thing. A majority of the women are not. They see this shit on social media and they're doing it because they see it. That's the problem. The fact that people are doing it because other people are doing it is an issue. The fact that there's women out here, and I've seen this shit on numerous occasions, women with glasses on, with eyelashes that are touching their fucking glasses. That does not make any sense.
Well, now, I you know, that's not my preference. But I am not one to say, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be doing it or don't make you look. Do what makes you feel good about yourself. That's how I feel. If that's the case, personally, I think it's ridiculous sometimes. I mean, it's so, you know, I seen one where she had them like this and the bottoms done. It was so big, it looked like a big spider on her face. It was a bit much. But at the end of the day, again, do it. I feel like people do things to themselves to make themselves feel good or enhance how they look to themselves so that the world see them in a certain way.
Yes.
And again, you know, what's wrong with that?
I think Wanda, are you trying to come on?
Wanda,
I think she's trying to.
Wanda was seeing the link.
Oh, you sent the link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, you're speaking based on logic. We're talking about motherfuckers that are out there doing this shit because they think it's cool to do. You got somebody like a K Michelle who was on, you know, Love and Hip Hop bashing Cardi Red about having a fake ass. She wouldn't got a fake ass. Then she wanted to get the shit removed because
she got it removed. Yeah.
No, she got most of it removed because of health, and she still fucked up over it. See, that's the other thing too, is where her whole story. Then you factoring in women who are very, very young doing that shit. They young as fuck doing that shit, not thinking about what's gonna happen when they get old. That's probably gonna fuck them up having kids.
I mean, again, you know, I don't know if it's, you know, to me, certain things apply to logic, of course, but you know, I have a friend of mine that got her nose done when she was 15 years old. Her parents let her do it. Total reconstruction of it, you know, and then the next thing she got something else because she wasn't happy with herself. Now, I mean, for the most part, I like to think she's happy with herself. That's another issue. They start doing it and then they continue to do it because, you know, they want the enhancement is better. Now, sometimes I think people like that do have an issue, but at the end of the day, my stance is if that's something that a person want to do, hey, listen, that's their business.
Yeah, it's one thing about enhancing your beauty. It's one thing to transform into somebody totally different, unrecognizable. Like you'll see some of these videos on TikTok and stuff like that when people like do these makeup transformations and stuff like that. Yeah. Like they go from a totally different person, and it's like, hold up. So it's like you out here fooling people. It's like you're not even being your authentic self. So how you not out here being your authentic self, but expecting to get an authentic person in return? You fake as hell. How you gonna expect to get a real person and you fake? You out here with fake shit.
I want to based on what you said about people feeling good about themselves, and then I want to also want to factor in what Jermaine just said. If you met a guy, everything was fine, you're having great conversation, you know, he's saying he being honest with you, you saying you being honest with him, and then give it month and a half, y'all don't click and this, that, whatever. And then you see that motherfucker without that weave on his head, and his hairline is pretty much on some George Jefferson shit, but low. What's gonna be your reaction?
It would surprise me. It would surprise me, but you know, he probably gonna catch me without my weave.
No. But see, here's the thing. This is where the reality kicks in. This is the way I would think. He lied to you because that's something he should have told you from the beginning.
I mean, really, is that really a whole conversation that you're gonna have with somebody in the
beginning? Right.
That's like me meeting somebody saying, hey, you know, my name is whatever, and I do this, that, and the third. And one thing you should know about me, I wear braids and it's a weave. That's silly.
No. That's the whole thing.
Hey, hold on. We got a guest. Hey, Wanda.
Hi, Wanda. I'm sorry. How you doing?
You're muted.
I'm good. I couldn't help it because, first of all, remember the song Alexander O'Neal?
Yeah.
Fake. Mm-hmm. Every time. Do y'all remember that song?
I remember.
Oh, Jay, you remember that?
Oh yeah.
So, you know what, though? I'm a person. Whatever people want to do to themselves, so be it.
Right.
I am not going to judge you one way or the other. However, I've been a nurse for 43 years. Most of mine has been all over the place, but primarily in surgery. I was working with a plastic surgeon. This was like 2.5 years ago. This surgeon told me a young lady came in, Black woman, beautiful Black woman, like 19, and wanted her butt implants. And he told her, he said, I will put them, I'll put them in for you, but not what you want. He says, what you're asking for is so disproportionate for your body that even he wouldn't do it. And he was my patient. So I had her in surgery. And I just felt like, my gosh, this poor girl, for whatever reason, she felt like she needed to have her butt increased twofold when she already had a nice proportionate butt to the rest of her physique.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I can't explain why people do that, but for whatever reason, sometimes it just gets so out there. Like you said about the eyelashes. Now, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I haven't had any. I don't do too much of anything. So some people will say, well, you don't do anything, so you don't understand. But that's me and that's them, and I'm okay with that. But when your eyelashes, like Jay was saying, or was that you, Jay, that when they touch your glasses or when they create a wind force when you blink,
Yeah.
it just, or they're for stage. I look at it like kind of for stage.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to judge people because you do what you want to do. It's your body, it's your money, it's, whatever.
Look, your eyelashes shouldn't turn the corner before you do. I mean, it shouldn't be them picking around the corner and then here you come next. But as far as what you were saying about with the butt enhancement and stuff like that, it's all about convenience. It's about because people, we are such in a microwave society. People are not willing to work for what they want. If you want a bigger butt, it's ways you can do it without going to get. You can go to the gym and do squats. Go to the gym, do lunges. It's all kind of things you can do, but they want it right then. They want something that's going to happen. Okay, I'll go down here and get this surgery, and then in a couple of hours, I'm gonna have the ass that I want. And it's like, is it really the one that you want? Because your legs look like toothpicks, and then you got this big thing behind you, you can't support it. So it's like you look crazy. You're out here looking like Mr. Potato Head.
Nah, they out here looking like a goddamn chicken hawk.
And Fu, I get what you're saying, because you have a lot of the Instagram models, like social media models who really make that a thing, especially for younger women, where they see, the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's of the world, and they think if they look like that, it'll enhance something for them, and to me, it's like, I don't care one way or the other. I mean, I think if you do that to yourself, if you're willing to put yourself through that, go ahead.
But I think just like Fu said, it's not just the women. Now it's the men doing it. Now, full disclosure, when I was younger, I think I might have been like 10, 11. Man, I used to get the S curl. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's think about that.
I used to want to look, because I had nappy hair. I wanted my hair to be slick, so I used to want to look like the man on the S curl.
That's just the process. That's just the process.
And I believe that's what took my hair. I believe that's why I started going bald early. I ain't lying.
Bro, that's the process. You know, Food talk about straight up. I don't know if y'all seen the videos, but the guy is like George Jefferson, and the guy
put the wig, yeah.
and then he makes it wouldn't bother me, and I don't think that's something that person will have to disclose. Eventually, maybe I'm gonna see them, you know, that way. Would it bother me? No. I mean, that's vanity. You know, you gonna keep it on like that?
You are a damn lie. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you a lie is because if that dude got that fresh whatever, and the next morning, and y'all wake up and he in the bathroom and you walk in and that shit is off, you're gonna say, "Who the fuck are you?" Because you know it's gonna be completely different. That shit gonna be like, what the fuck? That's the whole point. That's why I'm about the honest thing. But for me, the thing about these women, what really gets me is it's a proven fact that there's somebody out here for everybody.
Correct.
You can't expect to attract the person that's always wanted you if you aren't being you. If you out here and if you're slim or skinny or whatever the case may be, and you don't have a fat ass, and you attract that dude because you end up getting a fat ass, he's not attracted to you. He's attracted to what you did. So that it's never going to be all the way authentic and real. That's my biggest thing about it. To me, that shit is fucking dangerous when you really put it into perspective, because then it turns into, well, damn, does he love me for me, or does he love me for this ass that I got? What would happen if I lost my ass? That's what I'm saying. That's the shit. That's the disconnect to me, in my personal opinion. Because for me, I make sure I'm upfront and honest from the very beginning. So there is no hiding or anything like that. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, not me. That was Maine raising his hand.
Oh, let y'all in. But before I started, going there, I used to do the Beijing. I used to do that. I ain't gonna lie. I used to do all that stuff.
What's that?
It's the dye, the hair dye that you put in your hair to make your hair darker.
Yeah.
This was before I went totally bald. So I used to do that, with the hairline and everything. And then I stopped doing it.
Everything.
And the beard and everything, jet black.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
But then it started rubbing off on the couch and shit like that, and it just became a problem. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it.
Damn, I don't know if you remember, but watching what's going on now always take me back to this shit. There was an episode of Married with Children where Al was going through like a midlife crisis shit. And that he was walking up the steps and he had the black dye was running all down his That shit was so fucking funny. And to this day, when I see this, all I think about is that episode. That shit stands out. He had on like a Hawaiian shirt. I think it was like white and whatever, but it was black shit going all the way down his motherfucking shirt. And I'm like, this is what we've turned into right here. Because
a lot of people do to enhance themselves.
Yeah, but here's the whole, like, there's a YouTube guy right now. He down there, he was like Big John and all of them, light-skinned guy who got the old man hairline, and they be showing him going to get the shit done. So a lot of times they'll rub the shit off, or they'll start sweating and it should be running down his face, or he does the actual weave, and the dude will rip a piece off like right here. So they making fun about it.
Yeah.
But for me, it turns into be honest about it, because that's where the conversation starts. Because if someone is getting, if I'm gonna say, if a female is getting enhanced and the dude is doing whatever, there needs to be a conversation with each other as to why. It's not just the fact that you want to do it. Why do you want to do it? Because to me, how the hell can you love somebody if you don't love your motherfucking self? How? And if you loving that, you're not loving yourself. You're loving something. That's the way I feel about it. I just, like I said, for me, I just can't get down with it. I've always said that if I started getting the motherfucking sunroof, all this shit coming off. I'm not gonna keep that shit. I'm not looking to hold on like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, the air's not wrong.
I don't know. I think that's kind of deep. Again, people have been doing it since the beginning of time, and I don't know if it's something. I don't know if it's saying that you don't love yourself, but again, body image, especially to yourself, it's it's whatever, you know. To me, certain things is too much maintenance. I'm like you, Wanda. I'm on stage a lot, and I don't do lashes because, first of all, I don't know how, and second of all, I'm okay with doing my own. I'm okay with wearing that. That's just not one of the things that I'm into. But for people that do it, I see these ladies on YouTube, you know, because I try tutorials and I want to, but I just never do because it's just not my thing. But
I talked to my mother earlier, and I asked her what was up with eyelashes and shit like that back in the day, and she said that in like the 60s and 70s, it was Diana Ross, Dandruff, and Dandruff and things like that, but it wasn't as extreme. Because to me, if you're going to do eyelashes, it should be, we don't know that you're doing it. It should be kind of a natural look. What happened to that? Then what she mentioned was the chemicals that are in the shit that they putting on your motherfucking eye. That shit is, she was like, that's dangerous. But that's also something that people don't talk about, because what happened? You talk about eyelashes now, where it's a fucking $1 billion business. Everybody want to get paid, but everybody don't want to talk about the damage that can be done also. Yeah. And then she was talking about with the eyebrows, and she was like, that shit is just fucking makeup.
Yeah, so, makeup for the most part. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do have it now where you can do real fibers, hairs, and lay them down if you don't have any. I've seen that myself.
That's big. That's big money. That's big money.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's $1 billion industry. So I don't know.
I was hoping that somebody was gonna come on who probably got work done and things like that, because I just want to hear it from the other side. I know I have my thoughts on it, but I just look at it as dangerous, and it really is a matter of loving yourself. If you love yourself, then why would you do something like that? If you're going to do something for you, do it for you. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it. Fuck that. If it comes to working out, if you want to change your body, you may see somebody that, oh shit, I want to get my chest like that. Well, guess what? You got to actually put in the work to do that shit. And then once you do it, you're actually getting stronger. When you factor in cosmetic surgery, like Botox, it's black women out here getting shit. Fuck, there's black dudes out here getting fucking Botox. You see these motherfucking lines in my fucking forehead? I earned these bitches. It is what it is. They mine. I'm not going to do nothing about that shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
A lot of people now are getting fillers for, wrinkles and the likes. It's too much. I mean, to me, it's too much. I can't do that with needles. Absolutely not.
Nope. Nope. I've seen plenty of things go wrong. Go all the way left, where you have it and then it goes and it's down like this, because it should have been right here and it's here and this and no. But like I said, you do what you want to do. That's your money, because you're paying it. Insurance is not, in 9 times out of 10, insurance is not paying for this unless it's, something catastrophic, an accident, and, you had structural damage. And so that would be covered. But for somebody to go in and get Botox, somebody to go in and get a facelift, someone to go in and get a booty lift, breast lift, whatever, you're paying, I've seen it, credit cards, cash, 20 grand. And still owe another 30. That to me, I was like, man, but
then you got the women, when they can't afford it, they go into other countries and they get shit done, not knowing what the hell is in that shit, and then you might not end up coming back like Kanye West's mother. She didn't come back. I still don't know why the fuck she went over there, because her son had it. I don't understand that shit, but it's just like I said, for me, especially when I think about our women are truly fucking beautiful, and maybe they need to be encouraged more, so that they won't do something like that. Because I know for a fact, if Biggie was alive, Little Kim would still look like she did. There's no way Big would have allowed that shit to happen. Little Kim, how the fuck Little Kim damn near look like Joan Rivers? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
That
little
makes
Kim was
no sense.
already beautiful. I thought she was a beautiful young lady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know that. That's something self-esteem. It has to do with how you feel about yourself because I don't know. I mean, I don't know why people do what they do, but they do.
Me bringing up Little Kim, like, okay, how the fuck does Little Kim have a friend like Mary J. Blige and she get that shit done? Mary is 52 now. I think she's like 51, 52. She ain't never get no shit done. If she did, and she did some great ass work, Mary looked exactly the same. She just older to me. Nothing has changed. She got old. She chilling. Somebody like an Angie Martinez. It is what it is. Elise Neal, same shit. She wear a lot of makeup and she wear them fucked up ass wigs, but it don't matter. Elise Neal, she look good for her age. Angela Bassett, Lisa Ray. But then you go to Vivica Fox, fucking lopsided titties and shit. Like
cheekbones.
Yeah. You had Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett was one of the prettiest women I've ever seen in my life. And her mother looked better than her. Because her mother's natural. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand that shit because it's like you shouldn't need an example to love to be who you are from looking at celebrities. It's like they look at the people who still natural and normal, and it is what it is. But when it comes to somebody fake, they want to do that. And you want to take your hints in your life and roll like a fucking Instagram model? What?
It's a bit much.
Yeah.
I know Jermaine don't talk about that goddamn Dominique Chin.
Who?
World Ventures. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a chick. If you just look up Dominique Chin on she might have 2 fucking million followers. And we've seen her in person. All I can do is shake my head. Bit much. So
Dominique Chin.
Now if you see her, you probably don't. Me and Jermaine, we remember her. We have I've had dudes say to me, I think I seen her before. I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But for me, I don't know everybody else's preference. If it's not real, I don't want you. I'm good. Nah, I'm straight. And I mean that on every aspect. I love a natural woman. Straight up. Because to me, it's in my personal opinion, it's more attractive.
Yep.
But we're like, we hoping to see in the comments what y'all believe. If y'all know anybody who has actually gotten work done, we would love to hear from anybody. I'm serious. We would love to hear from you because I just need some clarity myself. Yeah. But and Wanda, we thank you for jumping on. We want to have you on. We have a conversation about this. We don't say the word on the show anymore because it's a problem. So basically we would love to get your input on this subject later on.
My goodness.
And that I actually said a 43 years of experience as being a nurse. That's a conversation to have. We just got talking cold. But this
and I've been wearing them for 43 years.
Yeah.
They really put one over on you on that one.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. I don't know. I don't know what I can say on here. I can't say.
No, we'll do that. We're gonna save it. We're gonna save your knowledge for another show. We'll give you all the code words, and all we gotta do is this. But we'll give you the code words.
All I will say, one little thing. Whatever size that thing is that's out there that's hitting us, it's a molecular size. That size, you need to have this filter so that thing doesn't get in. How can you wear a diaper, a bandana?
Cloth, right?
Just,
0.25 microns.
we have stuff that we wear at work that we're supposed to change it after we do a case. So people are doing this all day, and then they're constantly touching and then touching, and then they're like, oh well, I'll wear gloves. But the gloves are touching. That it doesn't, I don't get it. And I try to explain it to some people, and they're like, well, the gloves protect me. You're wearing them. So you're touching, you're touching, you're touching, and then you're touching somebody else. I don't care if you have gloves on or not. But people tease me because I used to watch The Walking Dead. I don't know if y'all know that series that came on. I used to watch that religiously. And people were like, oh, how can you watch that? You know, all those zombies and stuff. I said, that is not why I was watching it. I was watching it because it was showing you how people will be and how they are and how they can become when certain situations happen. Mm-hmm. Some of the best people can turn bad, and some of the bad people can turn good.
Yeah.
But we're the Walking Dead. They follow noise. They follow flame. And that's what we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. We're following the powers that be. They tell you whatever, and you're like, oh, that must be true. Oh.
Perfect analogy. That's a perfect analogy.
And that I tell my husband that all the time. I'm like, the Walking Dead. That's what we are. The Walking Dead. Because we just follow they set up all the distractions, and then we follow all the noise, and it throws us off because of the what do you call that? Smoke and mirrors. So you're doing something over here, and people are starting to kind of pay attention, like, wait a minute. And then you're like, okay, wait, we need to throw them off. So let's do something else. Let's throw them off with Russia or whatever. I'm so sick of there's a poster that I have that has a elder Native American on it. And it says left wing, right wing. It belongs to the same bird.
Yeah.
It's just different ways on how they
approach it. Yeah.
To play on what she said, I'm gonna give some homework to everybody. I want y'all to look up Hegelian dialect. Oh, excuse me, dialectic. That right there will tell you exactly what's going on, and that's how we going. That's how we going to end the show or whatever. We thank and appreciate y'all for jumping on. There is no us without any of you. If you watching on Facebook, please make sure you go subscribe on Rumble and on YouTube or whatever. We definitely gonna come back to the topic of this. It's just a matter. We got to figure out how we're gonna do it. We want to get some people on that can actually speak on it from both sides, and more people are waking up, but it's happening at a slow pace. And to be honest with you, it's dangerous. It really is dangerous out here of what has happened, because it's pitting us against us. And that's exactly what they've always wanted. So open up your eyes. Don't believe everything that you see, and please dig deeper. And if you don't understand how to dig deeper, find somebody that can help you, because don't just accept what's being put out there, because that's also very, very dangerous. So we'll see y'all next week. We love and appreciate everything that y'all do for us, and we're gonna do our best to make sure that we keep bringing y'all the information that you need, not necessarily that you want. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Night. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.